Okay, let's jump right in. We're going to do a deep, forensic diagnosis of your trading machine, all based on the Sovereign Delta project. We're not looking at your PC like it's just some tool for spreadsheets. No, we're treating it like a high-performance instrument. And the scary part is, if it's not configured correctly, that instrument is quietly costing you an absolute fortune. Let's get started.
Think about it. You pour countless hours into your strategy, your market analysis, your trading psychology, but what if the very machine you're relying on is actively working against you, bleeding your profits 1 millisecond at a time without you even noticing?
So here it is, the smoking gun. There are three main ways your PC is silently killing your trades. First, there's the sleep trap from CPU C-states. This creates massive, unpredictable delays when your computer wakes up from being idle. Second, thermal throttling. Basically, your CPU gets hot and slows down right when you need speed the most. And third, bloatware. All those background processes are like little thieves stealing precious CPU cycles right from under your trading platform's nose.
And all of this adds up to a very real cost. The source material calls it your PC's secret tax. And trust me, this isn't just some minor inconvenience. It's a direct, measurable hit to your bottom line. Let's actually put some numbers on it.
The metric we need to understand is called the Execution Timing Deficit, or ETD. Now, this isn't some fuzzy, abstract idea. It is the exact, quantifiable dollar amount you lose in that tiny gap, the one between when you decide to trade and when your order actually gets filled. That delay, that's system latency, and that's where your profits just vanish.
And this slide right here shows you just how brutal it can be. This is real data from a single trading session. In just one day, this unoptimized computer cost the trader $295, pure profit loss to ETD. To put that in perspective, that's like losing almost $30 for every 100 you make, just because the machine was too slow.
So what does that look like over a full year? Well, according to the analysis, the minimum annual cost of this latency, what they call the Windows tax, is over $46,000. For a lot of traders, it's way, way higher. This is real money that's just disappearing because of an inefficient system.
And the thing is, this isn't just theory. The Sovereign Project actually gives you the tools to measure this for yourself. They have an ETD cost calculator where you can plug in your own numbers, your P&L, how often you trade, and you can calculate your own personal Windows tax. It lets you put a hard number on the problem.
You know, the cost goes way beyond just the money. I mean, how many times have you questioned a perfectly good strategy because you got a bad fill or some crazy slippage? This quote just nails it. The financial hit is real, but that tax on your confidence, man, that can be even worse.
So let's zoom out for a second, because this isn't just about one machine. This is a problem across the entire industry. Why is it that even super expensive, so-called high-end PCs are so terrible for trading? Well, here's the fundamental problem. The computer industry has absolutely no standard for trading performance. They sell you a machine based on how well it runs video games, which has nothing to do with executing an order. So the Sovereign Project just built one themselves. It's called the ISO rating framework, and it's a way to actually measure if a computer is truly ready for professional trading.
And here's the real kicker. Most of the machines being sold as trading computers are what this framework calls an ISO 2. That's basically consumer grade. They're full of bloatware, they have all those power-saving modes enabled. They're just not built for the kind of millisecond precision that trading absolutely demands.
I mean, just look at this comparison. It is stark. A typical ISO S5 machine is juggling over 180 background processes, bleeding almost $300 a day in ETD. Now compare that to an optimized ISO S5 machine. You cut that background noise down to less than 30 processes, and you slash that ETD. The difference in the projected annual P&L is over $100,000. That right there, that is the Sovereign Delta.
Okay, so how do you actually fix it? The first part of the solution is something the project calls zero entropy. It's all about taking your cluttered, messy PC and transforming it into a clean, single-purpose, precision trading instrument.
So, what is zero entropy? It's a state where your computer does one job and one job only. It trades. Every single resource, every CPU cycle is dedicated to processing market data and executing your orders. All that background noise, all that competition for resources, it's all surgically removed.
The whole process kicks off with a really deep 9-layer OS lockdown. And this is not some simple cleanup tool you download. It's a systematic hardening of the operating system itself. It's designed to suppress all of Windows's disruptive habits, forced updates, background data collection, things that were never meant for low latency work, and just create chaos. And then you get to the masterstroke, what they call the exile architecture. Using a technique called core affinity, the entire Windows operating system and all its background noise get jailed, locked down to a single CPU core. This creates a completely protected sanctuary for your trading platform, which gets to run on its own dedicated cores, totally isolated from all that system interference. It's like a strict separation of church and state right on your PC.
But listen, a fast machine is only half the battle, right? The other huge source of loss is undisciplined risk management, and that's where the second part of this whole solution comes into play, trading with a guardian.
Most of us, especially discretionary traders, manage risk reactively. It's emotional. It happens in the heat of the moment. The sovereign approach just replaces all that with systematic governance. You pre-commit to your risk rules, and the machine enforces them. It creates a structural discipline that's impossible to break in a moment of panic or greed.
This is all done through a tool called the Alpha Guardian, and it acts like a protective layer around you, the trader. You still have all the control. You decide what to trade, you decide when to get in. But as soon as you're exposed to the market, the Guardian takes over and governs the risk based on the rules you already set.
And this is a brilliant illustration of how it works. It's got two modes. First, in defensive mode, it's your bodyguard, enforcing your hard stop to prevent a disaster. But then, once a trade hits a certain profit target, it automatically switches to protective mode. It moves your stop to break even and starts locking in your gains. Suddenly, you're playing with the house's money.
The impact this has on your P&L is immediate, and it's threefold. Number one, consistency. It moves your stop to break even automatically, every single time, no exceptions. Two, retention. It trails your winning trades to lock in a percentage of the profits. And three, containment. A hard daily loss limit makes it structurally impossible to have one of those catastrophic revenge trading days. So when you combine these two solutions, the zero entropy system optimization and the Alpha Guardian for risk, you get the sovereign trade delta. It's the total, measurable profit that you claw back, profit that was previously being lost to system lag and emotional decisions.
The most important thing to take away from all this is simple. Peak trading performance is not about buying the most expensive gear. It's about intelligent, forensic configuration. It's about turning the tool you already have from a liability into a precision-guided asset.
So you've seen the forensic evidence. You've seen the hard numbers. You know what an unoptimized system and undisciplined risk are actually costing you. And you've seen the engineering framework that can fix it. The choice, as the source material puts it, is really yours. Keep losing money to your ETD, or start recovering it in your sovereign delta. Thanks for joining us.